So now it's Yudi's map pick again. I'm not sure. I'm liking Tagada's chances here, to be honest. Losing on your map pick and now having to play on your opponent's map pick. Okay, so we're on Desert Arena, 5x5 with a lot of reclaim. This could be the end. This could be the end of the series. If Yudi wins this, he wins the series, right? So we have
Yes, it
Tagada.
is match points for Yudi.
Wait. This is the wrong version of Desert Arena, is it? There's the reclaim mid. I'm not sure.
No?
Well, we have Yudi in the bottom right playing UEF in the pink. Tagada in the top left playing Seraphim in burgundy red.
It is
All
not
right,
the
we'll
wrong
see.
version because it says FAF version at the top right if you check it.
Okay, it's 720p on the Discord stream. I cannot read any of the text.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so Tagada at the top left, picking Sarah. This map, it is Yudi's pick, but I don't necessarily think that he has an advantage on Desert Arena versus Tagada.
I played a practice game versus Tagada here. As in, we launched the map, realized it was the wrong version, and then restarted, and then he had to go. So I have no idea how good he is here. But he was trying to prep, so, you know, I think he would have prepped afterwards as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if he prepped on it, but still, there's on a map like this, there's only so
I
much
mean,
that
it's
prep.
Tagada. He'll probably prep at least something.
Yeah, prep on desert isn't too important because you can improvise a good BO very easily, considering you have all the reclaim. It's made a slight error, easy to make up for it.
Yeah, I guess it's more like what you said for Crazy Rush. It's about just general eco scaling based on reclaim, you know.
Well, yeah, although here it's not really eco scaling, it's more like build power and unit scaling because there's a lot. It's a 5 kilometer map. There's a lot of reclaim and a lot of maxes, so we will see each player will make at least 20-ish factories, most likely. Quick selling out, but it wasn't actually toggled from Tagada, so he actually loses it, which is quite painful.
Because that's Celine, it comes out super early. It was like after 2 engineers, so he actually spent, you know, delayed his eco to get that out. All right, so he has a bomber coming out. Yudi went for 2 land factories for the faster engineer scaling, and he doesn't even have his air factory yet. So bomber should be able to do some damage here.
Yeah,
He should be able to kill like 4 NGs at least, I'd say.
Yeah, it's quite a late air factory from Yudi.
Whoa, that's so good.
Oh!
No, you're actually 4 NGs dead.
Oh, Yudi knows. And a
no,
nice
no,
micro.
6 NGs dead. The game is over. The game is over. Yudi has like no NGs in his base. He's like 2 NGs. No, he's gonna lose this one as well if he doesn't dodge.
No, that's okay, a nice dodge, but that's absolutely brutal.
What a crush. What an...
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like, here's the thing though. It's not like Tagada rushed the bomber. That's just a normal second air bomber timing. You know?
Yeah.
It's quite bad, I'd say, for Yudi to take this much damage from a second air bomber. Like,
quick bombers is the reason why on Desert Arena you kind of tend to rush a quick scout, just like what Tagada did, to scout if there's a quick bomber coming, because first bombers are also possible, but quick second air bombers are super common. And I mean, even though the silent got down, it was the right idea from Tagada, and Yudi didn't rush a quick scout to Tagada's base to scout for these bombers, because it's very hard to miss the bombers, and if you know it's coming at the exact right moment, then it's very easy to dodge, but Yudi just went for double land before air, and he didn't send the scouts.
Yep, that's just greedy. It's a bit too greedy, and he was punished for
I mean,
I feel like
it wasn't very greedy. It wasn't greedy, it was more of a misplay. Just not sending the scouts. Like, second lands before air, I wouldn't say it's greedy at all. I mean, maybe you can argue that it's... I mean, it's just less aggressive than what Tagada's going for.
Yeah.
Oh, that oh, my god. 4 points. Oh, that's insult to injury. This is looking very bad.
That's just brutal. I mean, it's like Crazy Rush, you know? You build an air factory and you just pump the bombers and you suicide At your opponent's energies. It's quite similar.
This is this is not going well for Yudi. It's like game
Chat,
one all over
avert
again.
your eyes. This is not PG-13.
It's game one all over again with how absolutely one-sided it can be. It's just that once you lose these first bad engagements, it kind of starts to snowball, because Tagada can just afford to be full aggressive. He doesn't need to bother about defending.
Yeah.
Nice Yudi SU movement to the left. Actually, he's decided
No,
to
it's
just go
nice.
all in.
It's a nice move, to be honest.
I
Like, there's
know.
not enough tank.
That's why I said nice SU movement.
Okay, yeah.
Tagada's doing the same thing to the right side, albeit a bit slower.
Tagada's not as, aggressive. Stops to build the mexes.
Yudi is actually going back to build the mexes. She probably should not have done, but it is what it is. If he continued just for the 4-max location, because there's not too many units. At the start on Desert Arena, you tend to skill an insane amount of build power, and with that build power, you eventually skill an insane amount of factories. But Tagada is still in the phase where he's making an insane amount of engineers from his factories.
Yeah, it seems like his scaling, it kind of feels like he should have a bit more factories than he currently has. Like, Yudi is not that far behind on factories.
Yeah, Yudi actually has more tanks than Tagada at the moment, so he probably should have been way more aggressive with his SU, because Yudi was actually first. He was making faster progress than Tagada's SU was, but then he turned around, made those maxes, and now is making the factory. While Tagada is pushing on and killing
because he had no units, and he didn't know where Tagada's ACU was. Like, imagine Tagada's ACU was on the same side, and he walked in, and he would just die. But yeah, like, the map control advantage at this point for Tagada is quite good. He's like 60% or more. Also, it looks like the base scaling is a bit better. It's hard to tell, but Tagada seems to have exploded in factories in the last minute compared to Yudi.
Well, yeah, it's like what I said. He finally transformed his engineer lead into getting lots of production online, and Yudi got bombed a few more times. And after it starts, he did recover quite well after the starting disastrous bombs, but now you will start to see the difference in scaling.
Yeah, against a lesser player, Yudi could still win from that position, but against Tagada, very unlikely. Look at the power. Yudi's power. Yeah.
He doesn't have any of his other Hydras built at all.
Exactly. Tagada has like 3 Hydras.
Yeah. No,
it's kind of what you get with map control. Yudi's taking good fights though. These are very efficient trades.
Quite a big round mid.
Yeah, he's also getting the commander kills, whereas Tagada isn't. Also getting a nice raid on the left with 2 tanks. This kind of stuff is really nice.
Yeah, the thing is that base from Tagada on the left, it should have died ages ago, but it never did.
Okay, yeah, true.
But yeah, it seems like there will be just a normal top to bottom map split, which is quite common. But soon
it's just like Yudi can't fight, 30% more units or more.
Yeah, it's 45 tanks from Yudi, but 55 and 20 phobos from Tagada. Starting to mix in lots of phobos now. At this stage, it makes sense.
It's like, if I'm Yudi, I go for a T1 bomber snipe in this position. Like, gank up like 20.
I think Yudi might be dead here. Or at least he will take a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's surrounded by a lot of units right now. He needs to actually commit and walk into one group of units so he starts getting value and like working on a bet. But yeah, like I don't see a win condition beyond T1 air snipe. That's literally the even then it's not that much of a win condition. It's so unlikely to work.
Yeah, it's kinda true. But yeah, now you're just losing way more map control. Tagada has 4 main expansions. Well, Yudi only has 2, including his main base actually. So he's actually on half the map, half the max count almost. And there's a big raid at the back of his base. That's very annoying. Meanwhile, his SU
Yeah,
is dying.
he's
in
dead.
hits.
His issue was dead as well. Tagada also has overcharges. Fine. That's down.
Yeah. I mean, he made a pretty decent efforts. He actually got back for a bit after the disastrous start, but it's
Yeah, like you could see that his
punching
scaling
high
was
up.
super efficient after the start in order to catch up kind of with Tagada. Well, so we have 2 games in a row where both players went on each other's map picks for the series to be even. It is now 2-2 between Tagada and Yudi. Final game for the decider. Where will it be on? I'm surprised Tagada hasn't picked like DeRosa. He was like sandboxing